And the pair I had on then was white, very, I would say, feminine looking, but so what? So he looked at them and he says, I like those. And I said, they won't fit you. And he said, well, can you have a pair made for me by the next time we meet, which was in a few months. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to Capri and I'll have them made for you. So put your big foot on this piece of paper, and you know how you do, you get the shirt around. And he said, make it comfortable because you know my feet always hurt. I said, yes, you won't like these because they were made of strands of leather and some metal buckles, like very, very attractive, but metal. So he said, I want them. Okay, you love them. Then he said, but I'm going to pay for them. And I said, you pay for them every time you play Star-Crossed Lovers. He said, no, girl, because if you give me shoes and I don't pay for them, it means we'll walk away from each other. And I thought, okay. So a few months later, in Milan, I arrived, and same hotel, and I knock at his door, and even before, of course he didn't open his door, there was only someone to open his door. And they open the door, I stick my hand in with the sandals, like this, and I say, these are for the maestro. And so there's a big, come in. And he tries them on, and he says, nice, but they're going to hurt me. I said, I told you. Said, but anyway, they are a gift of love. I said, you bet. So he said to his valet, Jimmy, give her, you know what. So I said, no, I don't want any money from you. And he said, then I don't want the sandals. I said, but I'm not going to take money from you. Then you take back the sandals. And I said, okay, I'll take back the sandals. And that night, he almost didn't play Star-Crossed Lovers. They were playing, you know, the signature tune at the end, things ain't what they used to be. He was playing it. And I was backstage going, and Johnny Hodges was looking at me as if to say, well, do something. And of course the rest of the band was delighted that they were not going to play Star-Crossed Lovers, because every time they had to play it, you know, by memory. And so I went as far as I could go near where he was at the piano that the public wouldn't see me, and I said, okay, you can have the sandals, you can pay for them, but please, Star-Crossed Lovers. So he went, and he started, you know, Star-Crossed Lovers goes to, and so he started, and once again, Hodges put on his saxophone, went to the mic, and everybody else, I remember Cat Anderson used to go, and they would play from what they could remember, and then we finally reached. He held everybody up until 3 in the morning because he couldn't sleep. And then he would sleep until 11:30. So we were up talking and blah, blah, blah. He wanted to know all about the Vatican. I told him I lived in Rome, but I was not like this with it. And also Ray Charles wanted to know always, every time we would meet, we would sit down and he would say, tell me the latest news about the Vatican. I was like, why the Vatican? Anyway. Okay, we all have our hang-ups. And so, finally at 3 o'clock I said, good night. One last little compliment, you know, extravagant, and he said, you've got another one on me, but I'll use it. Where it's yours. And then at 3:30, bong, 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 on the door. And I think, good heavens. I open, and there's the valet. He says, he wants the sandals. Okay, so I went to get them, and he said, but first put your hand out. Otherwise, he said, I'm not to take them. So, okay, I put my hand out. And honestly, I walked this thick of bills, and I said, hey, come here. I took one bill, I gave him back the wallet, and I said, this is enough, otherwise I'll have to bring in all of the shoes of Capri for this money. And so I finally gave him the shoes, the sandals. They were white with these golden things. And I said, he's never going to wear them, I know. And Jimmy says, don't I know it? But he wants them now, so I gave them to him. And then the next morning he said, I tried them on and they hurt, but I'm keeping them. I said, you are, because I'm keeping the money. Anyway, another of his, the tunes that he wrote in the 40s, always for the GIs, always having the girls saying, cross my heart, so help me God, I'm a very, very good girl, waiting for you. Of course, I go to dances, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm having a lot of fun, but don't worry. That's how the Dear John letters came to be. You have some complaints? I talk too much.
No. It sounds familiar.
Mr. Saturday Dance, heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore. Thought I'd visit the club. Got as far as the door. They'd have asked about you. Don't get around much anymore. Now, darling, I guess my mind's more at ease. But nevertheless, why stir up memories? Being invited on dates. Might have gone, but what for? Only left without you. Don't get around much anymore. Darling, I guess my mind is so much more at ease.